So let's talk about building our ads and creative within our ad accounts. And it's not overly complex, but there's some important things that I do know beyond a shadow of a doubt make a massive difference. So, for this account, we have multiple ad sets that we've run. We've only got a couple running right now. We've only been running campaigns for a few weeks. Not that any of that really matters. We're going to go and I'll click create ad. Remember, I won't have anything else selected. I talked about that in a previous demo. Let's go with our custom audience conversions. Let's just say we've already got our ad set that we want created. I haven't. So the reason that there isn't an ad set here when I selected this is because we haven't run anything to a custom audience conversion. So let's see, maybe we've done specific interests. Okay, there we go. So we'll use that one, and then I'll say create new ad set. You can use whatever naming conventions you want. We do a few different things, but typically if you're replicating your funnel out, you would say the funnel number 1001, the iteration of the funnel, and then the ad. So if you rolled out a second ad, it'd be that, third ad, fourth ad, all to the same funnel and iteration. Save to draft. Now you want to go in and select the page that you want to run the ads from. There is no, excuse me, sip of water there. There's no congruency between ad accounts and your pages, just so you know. So I could pretty much cross pollinate however I wanted. Let's see. Doesn't look like for these guys, they might not even have an Instagram account. Typically, you want to sync that up. That's another tutorial that's super simple to do, not overly complex. You would do that in business settings. But I'm trying to see. Oh, I know what it is. It's because of the account that I'm in that it's not working. So yeah, I don't think this is. Let me actually go to a different account just for example sake. So let's go. Let's just go here. Say create ad. Let's use that. Go here. Test. And boom, that's all synced up. All right, so you can create a few different types of ads. You've got an ad with an image or video. You've got a carousel ad and a collection. I've never used this. Knew it could work. I don't know. I used to only use images. If you use images, you want it to be sized. I'll write this down. 1200 by 628. That is the size for your images on Facebook if you're just running an image. If you're running on Instagram, I go 800 by 800. And that's also the same size for carousel images as well. And so here's the thing. I would say if you have a video, use a video. Okay, and so I would select this option. I would go select a video. Let's go here. If you'd used where I sent the video or uploaded the video, where you upload to under assets, you have the videos there. You can select one of those. You can select any ones that have been posted to the page that's synced up as well. And you can select that video. Let's just use this one for example's sake. Select. And then you always want to customize your thumbnails and captions. So you either want to find a really good one that you're happy with and you think works, or you want to create your own and upload that. Then you always want to add captions. And so you can use generate automatically. They're going to be wrong, which is fine. You can sit there and change them. It's not that hard. I typically say let Facebook review, and it takes 24 hours or up to, typically faster, but they'll do it, and that will be accurate. Okay, so we go with the video. You always have to enter in the URL that your ads are going to. We'll just say it's that for our test purposes. So your text is the copy that's going to go above the ad. Okay, you can see here it's showing our placements. I've only got 3 selected, and typically we're only going to optimize to mobile first, as we've talked about, Facebook newsfeed, Instagram newsfeed. So that's it. It's very important when you're looking at it in mobile view, the text that you put here, it'll take a second to populate. Let's give it a second. You get only a certain amount of lines, probably about out. I'm just gonna let me keep going. It's like, yeah. So typically, if I really wrote this out multiple times, I'm only going to get about 4-5 lines of copy. So my point in saying that is you want to make sure before the ellipsis, before it's collapsed on a phone, that your URL, you have a short link URL above the fold. That is incredibly important. It drops your CPC dramatically, and I've seen it, and I've rolled out ads that I know work like hotcakes. And when the link, for some reason, because I changed one little word, drops below the fold, my CPC goes way down, so my conversions go way down, my campaign doesn't perform as well, and I've seen it. So you always want to call out your buyer in an ad. So in this, well, for this case, just pretend that that's not a video of Alejandro Chaban. It's not going to be, but like if you're trying to reach homeowners, say homeowners, right? If someone's in a crowd, you want to call that person out, use their name. It's easier to get to them, or you're trying to identify certain people in a crowd. I use emojipedia.org. And so depending on the type of ad you're running, it's good to use emojis. Use emojis that people have seen before and that are recognizable, not super random ones. And then you want to ask a question. Always start with a question, and the question's around a pain point. So again, image isn't relevant right now, but like let's just say we've got a client that does window treatment. So homeowners, are you tired of your, or let's say those old windows, right? So there's one, there's a question that's a pain point, those old windows. You know, people think about that, homeowners, whatever. That's calling out pain. They can see that. With caps, I never go more than 3 words in a row. People can only digest so much at one time. Then you want to put, you could put another statement here, something that's maybe presumptuous. You could say something like, if so, this is for you. Sometimes we'll go straight to the link. Click here to learn more. So we really want to make sure no matter what, it's getting above the fold. I'll either do an arrow like that. I'll come over here and do a hand pointing. Just type in finger point. Grab this guy, copy, drop him there. Typically what we'll do is, if it's an aesthetically pleasing URL, we'll use that. So you could literally, if this was where they were going, where you knew this was optimized and going to capture them, you could use that URL. We use Google URL shortener. So you just type that in, go here. I can type in the URL, do that. We also use Bitly. And with Bitly, you can customize the last part of the link, which we like as well. So I could go like this and go, okay, and then that comes up, and I could customize this like the campaign, and then I could grab it. Now again, I only recommend using that copy. Come over, if you need to use a short link, especially to get it above the fold, or don't have one that looks good or something like that. Then you're going to get into more of the offer, right? So why they want to do business with you. Exclusivity and scarcity work extremely well. So pain points, making something very exclusive. Scarcity, we only have a certain number of spots available, something like that. People love to take advantage of opportunities, and it's like, we just went and bought my wife a new car, and it's an LR4, and we get on the lot, and basically they say that that's the only one. They don't make them anymore. They never get them, etc. My wife didn't like the color. All of a sudden, she starts to like the color pretty quickly, right? So if you limit spots, you only have so many, or it's limited time, that stuff works. Okay, so you'd put more about the offer, maybe some bullet points. I'm more into medium copy these days. And then you would repeat the short link. Click here to learn more and claim your, etc., whatever the offer is. Put the link, repeat it again in the copy. You then come down and do your headline. Number of different ways to do this. Again, if it's not too much, you can do all caps. Okay, that's okay. Three is cool. 4 words maybe, but anything longer than that, I wouldn't do it. Then here would just be, this is below the offer, so click here to learn more. You might do like this. Okay. You always want to use learn more. It has been tested. It is the #1 call to action on Facebook ads. Absolutely. You don't want to mess with anything here. If this wasn't slid over, I've seen that before, you'd want to make sure to slide that over so the pixels tracking, all of that. But that's how you build your ad. That's how you build a video ad. I would say if you don't have a video, the second type of ad I would go with is a carousel ad. And what you want to do is create images that are 800 by 800. You can see it automatically pulled some in, I guess, from the website, which they wouldn't be able to use this, or if you're wanting to use before and afters for whatever you do, you can't use those in ads. And you'd come down. What's different about these is, so you can upload your images. And I don't know what they have here, if they even have any that are sized appropriately. It doesn't look like these might be. So use an image 400 by 400, 600 by 600, 800, 800 by 800. It's a square. You can put a headline here, right? And so what we like to do is actually, for each of these, we'll use a check mark. We'll grab this, copy, come back, paste that in, grab this now, maybe put an arrow going over to the button. You could do something like underneath the description. But everything we're doing, we're thinking mobile, right? So if it doesn't show on mobile or they can't see it, not as big of a deal. In this case, it does. You want to make sure to get all these words on here so they can read it and see what the offer is. You can see it kept the destination URL the same. Let's say I go to add a second image here, confirm. And again, it kept the URL the same. So that's good. There are scenarios where this could be different or not filled in or whatever. I don't know why things can just change like that. It's very, very strange. But anyways, you want to make sure the link's the same. And if you're not using the same link, like if this was an ad with multiple types of products, that it's going to those multiple types of products, obviously, things like that. So just be aware of that. And so that's how you build the ad connected to everything else that we've talked about. And I'll definitely show so you can see this. So what it's saying is, and I would never use these for ads. It's saying there's too much text. So Facebook does not want your ads to look like ads. Okay, so the more text or copy in your ads, the more it looks like an ad. That creates a bad user experience. Facebook does not like that. They want their users to live their whole life on Facebook. So just keep that in mind. Try not to use any copy at all. Metaphorical images work well. Images of people where you can see their faces, things like that. Product images are good as long as they're good product images. But lose the copy. You don't need it. Use the copy space that's available here. your ad will optimize better. You just discard this draft. All right, guys, that's it for this one.